Hi, Internet. It's the Dork Lords here to talk about Rogue One. Do this, or Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns having just seen Rogue One. Excellent. Full spoilers. We're going to spoil the crap out of this. All right, so great. Awesome. We saw it. I saw it IMAX 3D.
Yes. No. I saw it flat.
What movie were you watching? You saw Rogue .5.
That's right.
In any case, we saw it. I, for one, loved it. Thought it was awesome.
I was
amazing.
Happy with it.
Beat expectations, big time. I would even call it, basically, it's Star Wars 3.5.
Sure.
As much as they're like, it's not
people,
really...
Yeah, there are people who are
it's like,
rebelling against. It's not a prequel. Even though the events relate to the movie and it occurred before this movie. So
right. And
no, not a prequel.
Many, not all... But many of the theories that are in previous theory videos you can check out on Dork Lords, I feel pretty good. I think I hit some marks.
Assume that I don't know those theories.
Oh, right. For instance, whatever. Who cares, right? But I'll just throw this out real quick. I predicted I thought everyone would die.
Oh yeah, everybody was dead.
I thought Galen, Jin's dad, would build a flaw into the Death Star.
Yep. Okay.
Vader would be Vader and kill a whole bunch of folks.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Wow. Really? No, he wasn't just nice and hand flowers out to people? I had some other good ones.
Yeah, other predictions?
Also that it would end pretty much like minutes before episode 4.
Right.
Which it pretty much does.
It pretty much does.
You know, I mean, you can assume they're like, there's the ship, it took off. We'll go catch it now. And then kill everyone.
I mean, maybe we'll find out to stick another movie in that little sequence there. So the movie in between the end of Rogue One and
what happened between the end of Rogue One and the beginning of A New Hope? You have the people on board the freighter like, can we order like some lattes? Or, like they're in the cafeteria and like, looks like we didn't outrun the Empire. Okay, anyway, all right, so it was great. It seemed like you really appreciated the movie as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say it before, only so I could reveal it now, that I liked it better than The Force Awakens.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You know what?
But I think I'm in the minority there. I'm a minority.
I'm Minority Paul.
That's right.
For Dork Lords. I'm actually, on my overall impression, I think I'm going to agree with you.
Oh, wow.
Now, that said, it's not a slam dunk.
No, not perfect by any means.
The Force Awakens, the thing that Force Awakens I think has over Rogue One is I think there's a little better character development. I feel like in terms of Kylo, Rey, and Finn, maybe Poe Dameron a bit too, I felt a little bit more invested in them than I did necessarily in the bulk of this cast. But it's kind of, it's like a dirty dozen cat. I mean, there's going to be so many folks that you can't just... If they went into the backstory of every single person, it would be a very laborious process. So I
would say that they probably... I mean, I guess I can agree with you in that they had more focus on the characters that were there. I agree with that. I don't know that they were necessarily developed all that much, because really, what do you know about Poe?
For instance, yeah, right. Poe,
really,
especially of those four that is named, you're right.
And Finn was a what is he?
He was a former stormtrooper.
That's the words I was looking for.
That one.
Stormtrooper.
Not a death trooper,
and
which are pretty cool.
And as a child,
in this movie.
He was taken. But other than that, what do you know? And then he decided not to be a stormtrooper. Okay.
All right,
It's not a lot.
We're not bugging episode 7 here so much.
It's not that you learned that much more about the people in Rogue One. So yeah, okay.
But I'm just saying, I thought that was maybe the characters are a little more memorable in episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
but just. This is a fairly original take on Star Wars. That was kind of the knock on Episode 7, was that it's kind of like a reshaping of Episode 4.
Well, we still have to wait to have, the next movie that doesn't have a Death Star in it.
Right. Yet another Death Star. This one doesn't blow up, though. Yet.
Right. Oh, that's the difference.
I'll say this. Again, we're talking spoilers, so whatever. Everyone dies.
Yes.
All the good folks die.
Yes.
That, as much as I did predict that, I was so surprised that my prediction came true. I mean, I was like, yeah, but Disney won't kill everyone. They killed everyone? What? So, kudos. I mean, they committed to this thing. What they did is they show the stakes that this little, floppy disk.
Yes.
The number of people that had to die and the number of things that had to go right just for Leia to put that disc into R2 is like staggering.
Yeah, I think there were people that imagined that after this movie, the people would say, really? People died? Like, oh yeah, people we didn't care about. Like, no, people we actually cared about died. So, yeah, that was bold.
Yeah, in some ways the movie is about the people you don't care about.
Right.
Like, these are people that you would normally be like, oh, that's that guy that, okay, fine, he died. And you're like, oh, wow, we're actually going to focus on these guys. So, yeah, there was a lot to like. A lot to like about this movie. What were... if there was a character that stood out for you was one.
Thank you very much.
Oh, he's
K2SO.
Okay, you're talking the
K2
the droid
50. What is that?
I thought it was
K2SO4,
whatever. I don't know.
SO.
H2SO4.
Yeah, so
horrible.
It's like
caustic.
okay. So here's one of the things.
Alan Tudyk.
Yes, all you people out there who I respect that might think that, what are you, crazy? The Force Awakens was clearly better. This is where I'm not a pet guy. Because to me, BB-8 is a pet. R2-D2 is a pet. Because they can't really communicate with you, and, they're just moving around and like, oh, what are they doing? I don't even know what's going on. So even though you can actually talk to them, we can't hear what they're saying, so it just sounds like a crazy person talking to their pet. So, in this movie, Rogue One, K2, he speaks. So, that to me, that's the kind of droid I like, that I can understand.
It's like so you're saying, comparing K2 to C-3PO.
But he was,
How would you...
to C-3PO? So, he's more useful than
He is.
C-3PO. He can move around.
Now, C-3PO can speak several languages. Let's give him a little credit on that.
Yes, more useful.
Okay. Yes, he is more useful.
Not just useful.
Because it seems like most of the things they get involved in involve combat.
Yes, they seldom have to communicate with anything.
Like bonking
in fact,
things
he can't
the
even
head.
communicate with the computer. Okay, he's like, oh, where's R2 to plug it into that thing? Oh, I wish we had a computer around.
That's true. Good point. Good point. All right. So, he steals the show in a lot of scenes.
Yes.
Very
snarky.
He's
great
he's
dialogue.
good snark.
Yep.
Good snark. When he goes, it's pretty touching as well. I mean,
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
They'll just rebuild him. They're gonna, Westworld him. He'll just come back as another thing. But
I was suggesting to somebody that maybe if you had that hack, just putting that hack. Oh, we got the same hack they used because he's a Imperial droid until they hack him and make him not kill rebels or something. They could just do that same hack to some other droid that looks just like him.
Bloop. Oh, look, hey. He's right back.
In fact, they could even choose a different voice, and then you have a different actor doing it. Although I don't think they should.
All right. So you've just made Rogue 1.2, Rogue 1.2.
Yeah.
So the surprise, obviously, everybody dies. Darth Vader handled very well, I would say.
Yes.
Now the one
But we're saving that, right?
We're saving it. Okay, we're going to talk about a few things we maybe didn't like a little bit later.
Yeah.
But for now, So Darth Vader.
Of course, his final battle. Because he tore apart all those poor bicycle helmeted people.
My theory is, if you wear the bicycle helmet, if you're in the rebellion and you're one of the guys wearing a bicycle helmet, you're screwed, unless you're the one guy on Yavin who gets to stand in that crow's nest and look at ships. That guy, because as we know, Yavin apparently was never actually attacked, which is great. And so that guy never really had to face any danger, but he got to wear the helmet, and he goes da 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 da, and he's like, I did something today.
See, now you're making me think the Academy is like Harry Potter or something with a sorting hat or something. Like, where do you belong? Do you belong with the TIE Fighter or no?
What kind of helmet do you like? Pick one. Because this
then it's like, well, maybe I'll take this hat if I can do that thing.
Can I be the clicker guy.
Like,
It's almost
no.
like he's
Sorry.
scanning objects at a grocery store. Like,
So yeah, they're probably like, okay, who wants to be the clicker guy? Me.
I'm
Sorry,
the clicker guy.
just you.
Clicker guy.
Oh, no.
Clicker. Oh, George is the clicker guy.
Yeah, so,
I'll fine. I go stand in the hallway and get killed off by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So yeah, Darth Vader kills a lot of goofs. And wow, it's like, oh yeah, he is. That's probably the most violent that we see Darth Vader in any of the movies.
Yeah. I'll accept that.
Yeah. I mean, most of what we see him in the other times is like either he force chokes somebody or he's having a lightsaber duel, for the most part.
Right.
And this one, he's like, no, I'm just going to kill a whole bunch of troops. So, anyway, amazing. And then just that tension of like, oh my God, the entire thing comes down to this guy with this card trying to pass it around a door while getting stabbed. Anyway, so
Yeah, so
wow.
that worked.
That was impressive.
That was very enjoyable.
His being Darth Vader's castle, we'll call it a castle. I don't know. The big,
I'll accept that.
yeah, his
Castle.
Barad-dûr, for you Tolkien nerds.
Castle Vader.
Castlevania. It doesn't say the planet. It seems pretty obvious. Lava flowing, dark thing. That it was back on Mustafar, which actually is Mustafa. Father. Simba, you have forgotten me. Okay, no. But same voice, huh? Okay, anyway. What about that? That was just in the moment. All right, everybody. Thank you. I'll take my check.
It was channeling.
Thank you, YouTube. I'll take that money now. Great. All right. So, what makes that a really cool character choice, because Mustafar is obviously where Anakin was turning into Darth,
Yes.
and he had the fight with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, I have the high ground. Don't jump over me. I'll cut you in half. Oh, I cut you in half. So he's basically built his home, like looking out over the site where he got his axe kicked. Basically, that's that spot where I was really stupid and kind of lost my way. Right there. That was it. All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow, site. So it's kind of like maybe like holding in the memory of that rage.
So like another masked Jason Voorhees, right? Because he lived in the house where the trauma happened, right? So he something about wearing a mask makes you want to hang around the place that messed you up.
Right, they gave you the mask.
And who's that other Texas Chainsaw guy? You know?
Did he live in the place where he got his mask?
I think so.
All right. So I think we just come up with...
Or put it in the comments. What idiots we are. So
yeah, right. Or other masked individuals who live within sight of the incident that gave them their mask.
Scarlet Pumpernickel? Who knows? You know?
Scarlet Pumpernickel. That's the bread-based villain or hero.
Yes.
I like the Scarlet Pumpernickel. Actually, better than the Pimpernel. That's good. I'm in on that one. So anyway, good Darth, awesome. We don't really have.
Well, did we make you could say the emotional core of it, Jyn and her father, worked for me.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
Agreed. Interestingly, too, we saw that. In some ways, like the trailers were a little misleading because several of the scenes from the trailers are not in the movie. No. Now that happens occasionally. You'll see a scene where you're like, "Oh, that wasn't in the movie." There's a bunch.
Yeah.
This one's like, "Oh, those reshoots they were talking about. Those were heavy duty reshoots." Yeah. There's a couple of things that weren't in the movie. I'm so glad this wasn't in the movie because this was
you can say it here because this is a good
trailer. Thing. This is a good thing.
Good.
So this was the moment in the first trailer that came out that made me think, oh, I wonder. It looks cool, but the dialogue sounds awful. Is the scene where in the trailer, Jyn says like, "This is a rebellion, right? I rebel." So I'm. Whatever, but it's rebellion.
Because for my money, it was cool.
Okay, okay.
So I was like, all right, I'm in it.
I was like, wow, that line doesn't sound like something anyone would actually say.
Me.
Yeah, he thought. He would say,
I rebel. I would say, I'm rebelling right now.
I rebel. I'm a Scarlet Pumpernickel. Damn it.
That's right.
So they cut it. I mean, they had this is a rebellion, isn't it? And I was like, oh, no, don't say it. And then she didn't say it. I was like, bang! Well directed second reshoot thing. So, a quick list of the other things that were in the trailers, but not in the movie. You had Krennic with his long cape draped and walking through the water.
Right.
Not in there.
Right.
He got his cape wet. You don't want to see that.
Nope.
We also did not see Jin running on the beach in Scarif with the plans.
Right.
Like,
Nope.
like
Didn't see
evading
that.
the walkers
Walkers.
acts or whatever they were.
Yeah.
We did not see Jin facing off versus a TIE fighter.
Nope. We didn't see that.
Which... Oh, we also didn't see Saw Gerrera's like, what will you become?
We didn't see that, and we didn't hear it. Yeah.
Will we smell it?
That's right.
I could.
Smell-o-vision.
There was a general sense.
It's like we
of
saw his
Saw
lips
Gerrera.
saying it,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what he was saying.
So my guess is that perhaps in the original version, while the trailers were still, apt, perhaps that TIE fighter is actually Bodhi Rook. Maybe he survived his encounter with a grenade.
Right.
Stole
maybe.
another ship and was coming to rescue her. That maybe Jin gets rescued in some cut of this film.
Right, sure.
She lived, and then at some point they're like, you know what? It's a gritty war movie. Boom, go to the beach and die. Anyway, so and I think for the better. As much as I'm like, kill everyone. No, but all right. Here's another good thing about this
He will
film.
commit. He wants to be right all the time. Kill him. Kill him all.
Kill them all. Kill them all. No, but I'll say another good thing about this movie. It walked this very fine line. Could have easily been uber depressing. I mean, this movie, all the people that you're rooting for die.
Right.
So in that sense, you put the right music onto that, and then you just end, and you're like, whoa, that's awful. And somehow they managed to keep it.
Well,
Hopeful, whatever,
right.
but,
That's
yeah.
what and a new hope is coming.
Oh,
so there you go.
they're gonna so like they
that's
actually
it. It's like, they are giving all their lives for a good cause. Actually, that's the thing that I thought about throughout. Is everybody was like, "I'm willing to die." Like they had one time where these Star Destroyers were up in the sky, up in the in orbit, and this one ship basically kills itself to destroy all the other ones. And so everybody was just like, "Oh, I'll do it." My death, but then the Empire is so bad, and they really did show how bad the Empire was, that you can understand how people are willing to die to stop them.
Yes, that there was a sense of I'm doing these horrible things because they weren't all black and white. It wasn't like we're always good all the time. Cassian shoots a guy to shut him up, and he's gonna snipe Jin's dad.
Right.
Does not snipe.
Right, that's when they got into a big thing about, hey, you don't know how bad it is. It must be nice to have a choice.
Right.
Princess.
So
I'm not a princess. Well,
that's later.
you're like one.
But that was a cool tightrope that they walked in, keeping look, these people are going to die one by one. We're going to pick them all off, and yet we're going to somehow have this somewhat uplifting note to this movie and not just be war is hell. It wasn't just a war is hell thing.
No.
So well done.
Well,
in that way. I mean, it was war is
yeah, it was.
War,
but
war
not
is,
just because they had the hope afterwards.
There was hope.
Hope.
There was hope. Hope. So yeah, it was great. What maybe a couple of things could have done better.
Right. Well, yeah, we certainly the digital actors that didn't work are what's his name?
Moff Tarkin.
Moff Tarkin. Yeah, no.
Peter Cushing.
No, didn't work.
Died back in the 90s.
I mean, I was
still
sort of fine
alive.
with it, but it wasn't. I think it didn't work. And Leia, I don't think she was great. I mean, thankfully she's only there for a short period of time.
She was there for a short period of time.
Even still, it was looking kind of weird to me. So yeah, maybe if they'd done that differently.
Yeah, because they had the option. You could tell it was weird in both instances. So with Moff Tarkin, we first see him reflected in the glass of the ship, and I was thinking oh, well, that's what we'll see then.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, and then he's in the movie.
That's right.
A lot.
Yes.
That dude's a major character in this movie.
He's a major character.
Leia, they show her from behind, and she's got the head covering, and you're like, oh, maybe she'll just turn and you'll see half her face hope.
I was thinking like they'd give it to her, and then the door would close, and she'd be like, "Woohoo!" or something, you know.
Help me, Obi-Wan. But no, they were like, we are getting on their faces, and we're going to show their faces right there.
Yeah.
And it, the technology's not quite there yet.
No.
But I did like that beat. I liked especially the Leia beat.
Yes.
Because that was part of that uplifting quality we were talking about.
No,
like,
it was.
This was all for something.
Right. It was good to have her. So even though it didn't work, it would. Maybe if they'd recast it or something.
Right. Just a younger person. I'm Leia-ish.
Yeah.
So that was...
But even still, though, they got on the same ship, basically, that, she gets captured on, and so... that, wow, yeah, that's why Vader was so... I'm going to be right here, right to get you.
I would say I wasn't so up on, each of the movies they have to do, the weird creature of this movie is like a rancor or the Sarlacc pit. In this case, it was thing that reads your thoughts. We'll put you in this cage with a thing that reads your thoughts. Seemed a little throwaway, and you could have done that scene a lot of different ways. They could have just had some tech that does it, right? This drug might kill you, but it'll also tell us if you're did they have to go through this process of, we'll introduce this creature that you'll never see again, has no purpose other than this. We won't even show you the results, in terms of him talking. We'll just say, this thing goes, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, that was...
Yeah, the impression you got from, was that it would drive the guy crazy permanently, and it only seems to affect him for a little bit.
Right. He's forgetting who he is until Cassian's like, you're a pilot. And he goes, I'm a pilot. Great, you're healed. That's I'm Dr. Cassian. So that was whatever. If I had to, I'm nitpicking maybe a little bit, but that scene didn't seem to really go anywhere.
No, thankfully, yeah.
It kind of went down a rabbit hole with that a little bit.
Felt like, after that scene passed, it's sort of like, hey, what? That didn't mean anything. So it only afterwards. So
yeah.
It's not because in a way it was kind of cool. I thought it was cool anyway. The whole succession of we've got you now. Now we're going to take you to the guy to Saw, and then so. I like the way he was moving around. Basically, I like that succeedon. It was
right. They're paranoid and justifiably so. There's this guy who claims to be a defector from the Empire. Are you really? I like Saw Gerrera that he was very droid-like as well. That he had the fake feet. Yes. He had the respirator. He was basically like a poor man's Darth Vader.
Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, it's only now, days later, that I think about it, that that might be another sort of casualty of the editing and the difference in directors, is that Saw kind of, they built him up that he's somebody who's a rebel, and that's why we need to get Jen Erso to talk to him because he's Kurtz from Apocalypse Now or something. And, there was the conflict that they had when they're sort of why did you leave me? Well, because I had to. That was, I don't know. It seemed like it was that they sort of missed some opportunities there with Saw. Maybe
just in terms of explaining. Oh, we have a call. We have a caller. Anyway. So you're saying that there would be maybe a little more explanation for why he abandoned her, is what you're saying?
Well, I think they were kind of building him up to be really, threatening, and I don't know that he was necessarily.
You don't think he was that threatening? Okay.
Not to them. I mean, they were imprisoned, and then it's like he had the meeting with Jen. So he was more threatening to...
we hear that he's that guy's an extremist.
Yeah,
watch out for him.
Right.
But you're saying maybe if we saw him be more extremist-y.
Yeah, I don't know that it was necessary. They ended up blowing him up.
Now, he is a character from the Clone Wars, the cartoon series, and there's some rumor that he might actually be showing up
Did he look
on
like,
Rebels. He did not.
Oh,
he actually looks young and healthy, and he doesn't have fake legs.
Oh.
In fact,
Was
interesting...
he African-American descent?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
One note is that he actually gets trained in counterterrorism tactics or whatever tactics by Anakin before Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
Wow.
It's kind of back in the day thing. So they actually have a little tie-in, other than the fact that they're also on respirators and have fake feet.
I was gonna say.
It's a tough association there. Damn it! Why did you have to teach me that part?
I'd have to be trained by him.
Yeah, that guy.
Why can't I be trained for the little guy? You just gotta hang out in the swamp with this guy.
So that was a tie-in actually from Clone Wars. There's a couple other little Easter eggy tie-ins. There's a couple of Rebels tie-ins. Now Rebels, the show takes place like a couple of years before Rogue One. So it's in the same time. I mean, it's like after Episode 3, but before Episode 4. But before Rogue One, it's kind of Rebels. So they kind of revealed like you hear in the background, they talk about a general, which is Hera from this show. She's apparently still alive, we're guessing, because they say her name. They also show the ship, which I guess is the Ghost ship is like it's a fairly specific design, and that ship is present in the attack on Scarif. And we do see Chopper, a little annoying unit they've got their version of R2 in Rebels, and he's there. He's at so he survives. Whether the other characters from Rebels survive is still up in the air. But so they did some little fan service in that way, and there's some other cool fan servicey things too. The one I love the most
is the milk.
It's the milk. No, the milk.
Apparently,
if you live in the crap end of space, you drink blue milk. That's just like a growing boys and girls need blue milk. So yes, they did that little callback, which is kind of fun. Whatever, sure.
No, that wasn't your.
But that's not the one. No, surprisingly so.
Wow.
It was Red 5 getting killed off. And they're like, Red 5, what are you doing? I'm going in. Oh crap! Boom! Red 5 dies. Gets blown up. So that now there's an opening for a Red 5, young Mr. Skywalker. So Red 5 standing by. They showed.
So did they applaud in the theater you saw it in? Like, yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
This works out.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. No, they didn't applaud for that. But there were some cheers for other moments. I think one of the cheers was when we saw the reused footage, or they took footage from Episode 4 of Gold Leader and Red Leader, and they repurposed it in this movie. So and it makes sense, right? They would have been alive and probably leading their squadrons back in that time. So that was really cool. That was a neat. I like that callback as well. I laughed at this particular callback I'm about to mention, but I also thought that seems a little forced. But the jerks from the cantina are basically Walrus Dude and Snouty Snout they're on Jeddah.
Right.
They're on another planet, which is about to get blown up, or at least their city. The city they're in is about to be gone, and they're snarky. Or they're like, get out of our way. So they're jerks on any planet they're on. Right. But it occurred to me, it's like, wait, so they've got like a couple hours to get the hell off this planet, show up, whoever knows, like a couple of days later, probably? Days later? In a ass end of space cantina in Mos Eisley. So, but there they were, being jerks around.
Bar crawl. So
Yeah, they were in a bar crawl. It was fun though. I enjoyed that little callback. It was like, oh, that's fun. Hey,
there's Snooty.
Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, Jimmy Smits is back, and of course, he mentions Obi-Wan.
And he does. Or they mentioned clearly
the character who
how many Jedis could there be?
Right, only the guys from Rebels. And then says the fateful line. You're like, He's like, well, back to Alderaan to rally the troops. They're like, no, don't go to Alderaan. Oh God. I'm gonna go to the one planet in the universe that's about to be destroyed horribly.
There you go.
Off we go.
There you go.
So, but that was another cool little callback.
Yes.
And yeah, so I guess final thoughts, sir.
Oh, final thoughts. A very fun movie. I almost saw it again over the weekend, but I probably will see it again. So.
I think I'm going to see it again as well.
Yeah.
It was see it again good.
Yes.
Had a great time watching it, and looking forward to episode 8. I don't know.
Yes. Nothing made me more interested. Oh, what's going to happen now? Yeah. Probably no Death Star,
Probably. Please, let's be done with the giant hurt ball.
You've come up with a life star.
She did mention a ton. She being Jin mentioned a ton of architectural plans when she's reading through the different these are projects from the thing. And one of the things she mentions is black saber. I don't know. There's a dark saber that is in canon. That's like a black lightsaber that Darth Maul has. I don't know what that had to do with it, but anyway, I'm sure that some nerd has figured out what those plans all mean, and I'm sure there's got to be Easter eggs in there.
Consult your local nerd.
Consult your local nerd. Put it in the comments if you're one of those nerds. Yeah. Feel free. But anyway, yeah, Rogue One, go see it.
Yep.
You will not be disappointed.
No.
It's awesome. IMAX 3D, so much better than the flat 2D.
Well, if you don't like to
wear watching it at home?
A movie like a dork.
I'm already wearing glasses. It doesn't matter.
Mr. Okay. Lord Dork.
So yeah. Just a Dork Lords saying go see Rogue One.